January 29th, 1945. 2:45 p.m., Holzheim, Belgium. Snow creaks under a single pair of boots as a man steps around the corner of a stone farmhouse. He stops. 90 German soldiers fill the yard. Some are already holding rifles. Others are reaching for them, lifting weapons from a stacked pile against the wall. Their breath fogs the air in short, practiced bursts. 4 American infantrymen kneel in the snow, hands locked behind their heads, helmets crooked, faces drained of color. A submachine gun snaps upward. The muzzle of an MP-40 presses into the man's stomach, hard enough that he feels the cold steel through layers of wall. The German officer in front of him is shouting. Fast, sharp consonants. Orders, most likely. Surrender terms. Execution instructions. The man does not understand a word. For half a second his brain searches for meaning and finds none. The scene refuses to resolve. The geometry is wrong. 1 American, 90 Germans, no cover, no warning. He should already be dead. The officer steps closer. The MP-40 pushes harder. A finger tightens on the trigger. The man looks past the weapon, past the officer's face, past the snow and the rifles and the kneeling Americans. And he laughs. Not loudly. Not bravely. A short, involuntary sound released under pressure. A human reaction in a moment where humans are no longer supposed to exist. Several German soldiers hesitate. A few glance sideways, unsure. No one fires. The laugh hangs in the frozen air longer than it should. What happens next takes less than 45 seconds, and nobody present should survive this moment. His name is Leonard Funk. He is not supposed to sound like a story. He was born in 1922 in Braddock, Pennsylvania. The steel town pressed tight against the Monongahela River, smoke in the air, shift whistles instead of church bells. His father works. His mother manages scarcity. There is nothing remarkable in the arrangement. Funk grows up small for his age, quiet, observant, the kind of boy teachers remember only when attendance is taken. He finishes high school. He takes jobs where he can. He learns to follow instructions and not waste motion. When the war comes, it arrives the way it does for most Americans, not with speeches, with paperwork. He was drafted into the army in 1942. No lineage of soldiers, no expectation of distinction, just another name put into a system that runs on numbers. Infantry, the branch that absorbs loss and replaces it without comment. Funk does not volunteer for airborne units. He does not seek armor or artillery. He does not chase specialized status. He is assigned to a rifle company. Given a uniform, given a serial number, given a weapon designed to be used by men who will probably not survive long enough to master it. At training, he does not stand out physically, but he listens. He watches how instructors move their hands when clearing a jam. He notices how quickly they check corners, even when nothing is supposed to be there. He learns distances by instinct. 20 yards, 10, 5. He learns what panic looks like before it announces itself. The way breathing changes. The way hands shake before voices rise. The army notices something else. Funk does not freeze. Under pressure, his body slows instead of accelerating. His movements become economical. No wasted gestures, no dramatic pauses. He is promoted quietly, private to corporal, corporal to sergeant, not for courage, for reliability. Men listen when he speaks because he does not speak often. When he gives an order, it is short. When he corrects someone, it is precise. By 1944, he was a first sergeant, the senior enlisted man in a rifle company, responsible for discipline, logistics, morale, and the small, brutal details officers often miss. It is a role built on endurance, on staying functional when others cannot. He does not carry maps. He carries people. He knows who freezes under fire, who rushes too fast, who needs to be placed next to whom to survive a night. Nothing about this suggests destiny. Nothing suggests the afternoon in Belgium. Men like Leonard Funk are not meant to be remembered individually. They are meant to keep formations intact long enough for history to move forward. And yet, by January 1945, the war had narrowed. The front lines have hardened. Mistakes are no longer absorbed by space. They are punished immediately. Funk has learned one final unspoken rule. When confusion appears, someone must act before it decides for everyone else. That lesson will matter more than anything else he has learned. By late 1944, Funk had learned that training is not about excellence, it is about removing hesitation. The infantry rifle is not complicated. The infantry rifle is not complicated. The M1 Garand weighs just under 10 pounds loaded. 8 rounds, semi-automatic. A sharp metallic ping when the clip ejects. What matters is not firepower, it is timing. Funk drills his men on reloads until their thumbs bleed. He corrects stances without raising his voice. He insists on spacing, on sectors of fire, on knowing where the man to your left is standing. Even when you cannot see him, he teaches them not to empty the rifle all at once. Short bursts of thought, one round, pause, assess. He explains why German submachine guns sound faster than they are lethal. High rate of fire, low accuracy beyond a short distance. Psychological weight more than tactical reach. He explains that panic spreads faster than bullets. By December, the Ardennes are on fire. The German counteroffensive punches into American lines with speed and desperation. Roads clog, units fracture, orders arrive late or not at all. This is not the war Funk trained for. This is movement without clarity. Retreats that feel like advances and advances that feel like mistakes. He keeps his company together through freezing nights and broken supply lines. Men lose toes, lose fingers, lose the ability to feel time. Sleep becomes a rumor. Funk does not talk about home. He talks about placement, about fields of fire, about who walks point tomorrow. The technical reality of infantry warfare in winter is simple and cruel. Weapons malfunction. Lubricants thicken. Fingers numb until triggers feel like general ideas. Men fire too quickly because they are cold. They reload too slowly because they are tired. Funk compensates by making decisions early. He assigns positions before contact. He forces rehearsals even when everyone hates him for it. In January 1945, his unit is moving through Belgium. The terrain is deceptive. Farmhouses, low stone walls, open yards that appear safe until they are not. Visibility is short. Sound carries strangely over snow. German units are no longer cohesive. They are fragments, stragglers mixed with disciplined veterans, young soldiers and old ones pressed together by collapse. This makes them unpredictable. Funk understands something many do not. Desperation increases violence, but it also increases hesitation. Men unsure of their position in a failing structure wait for permission that never comes. That hesitation creates gaps measured in seconds. On the afternoon of January 29th, Funk is not hunting an enemy force. He is trying to locate his own men. A routine movement, a short walk around a farmhouse. No expectation of contact. He carries his rifle low, safety off. Muscle memory is doing its work. He has crossed similar yards 100 times. He expects 40 yards of empty snow. Instead, he steps into a geometry of surrender. The training does not tell him what to do next. Doctrine does not address this configuration, but instinct does, because the purpose of training was never to create answers. It was to eliminate the wrong ones. The larger war is collapsing inward. By January 1945, the German offensive had burned itself out. Fuel is gone. Air cover is gone. The illusion of reversal has expired. What remains are pockets of resistance stitched together by orders that no longer match reality. American forces are pushing east again, cautiously. Every village is suspect. Every farmhouse is a potential ambush or surrender point, or both at once. Funk's company is part of that slow compression. Clear, hold, move again. The work is monotonous until it is not. He has already lost men since Christmas. Not dramatically. Quietly. Names removed from formations. Gear redistributed without comment. The cumulative effect is not grief. It is narrowing. Choices feel heavier because there are fewer of them. On January 29th, his unit is spread thin. Visibility is poor. Coordination relies on runners and shouted corrections. Funk leaves a position to check on a reported sighting near a farmhouse. A short distance. Routine. The mistake is not arrogance. It is an assumption. He assumes the yard will be empty because it has been empty before. He assumes any Germans would have withdrawn or surrendered by now. Assumptions are a luxury of stability. The moment he steps into the yard, time fractures. The kneeling Americans tell him everything before his mind catches up. Captured, disarmed, minutes away from whatever comes next. The German soldiers are not in formation. They are clustered, loose, weapons not yet distributed. That detail matters. The officer in front of him is not calm. His orders are sharp because he needs control now, not later. Funk registers distances automatically. 5 feet to the MP-40, 10 to the nearest rifle pile, 15 to the closest German, not yet armed. He notes that no one has shouted yet. No one has fired. Noise would force commitment. Silence allows doubt. The laugh escapes him before the analysis finishes. Not a tactic, a release, but the effect is immediate. Laughter does not fit the script. It introduces uncertainty. Several German soldiers hesitate because the scene no longer matches expectations. An American who laughs at a gun barrel does not behave correctly. That hesitation is the crack. Funk does not think in terms of heroism or survival. He thinks in terms of sequence. If he waits, someone fires. If someone fires, everyone fires. The kneeling Americans die first, so the only remaining option is action that outruns consensus. He moves before the officer can recover authority. His rifle comes up not in a sweep, but in a snap. Short, controlled. The first shot is not aimed at the officer's center mass. It is aimed at the weapon. Training overrides instinct. Disable the immediate threat. Reduce variables. The MP-40 drops. The officer stumbles. That single sound breaks the spell. Now there is no returning to stillness. What follows is not chaos. It is compressed decision-making under absolute constraint. And Funk is already inside it. Time slows only because Funk forces it to. The second shot comes before the first man hits the ground. Center mass, 2 steps to the left. The rifle recoils into his shoulder like a metronome. Fire, shift, fire, distances collapse. 15 yards becomes 10. 10 becomes 5. German soldiers are still processing the first decision when the third body falls. Some are reaching for rifles. Some are turning. Some are shouting warnings, too late to matter. The M1 cycles cleanly. Cold metal. 8 rounds disappear faster than thought. When the clip ejects, the sound is sharp and exposed. A vulnerability is measured in seconds. Funk moves forward while reloading, not backward. Forward compresses their reaction space. The kneeling Americans do not move yet. They are frozen by disbelief. Funk fires again and again. Targets are chosen by immediacy, not threat hierarchy. Who is closest? Who is moving? Who is raising a weapon? There is no flourish, no pause to confirm outcomes. German soldiers fire wildly now. Rounds crack overhead. One hits a stone, another buries itself in snow inches from a boot. Accuracy collapses under panic. Funk's shots do not. He is not faster than them. He is earlier, 45 seconds. That is all it takes for momentum to decide everything. When the final German breaks and runs, it is already over. The yard is silent again, but the silence is different now. 21 German soldiers lie dead or dying. The rest have fled or surrendered. Funk lowers his rifle. His hands are steady. The 4 Americans stand slowly, unsure whether they are alive or not. One vomits. Another stares at Funk like he is trying to reconcile 2 incompatible realities. Reinforcements arrive minutes later. They find a scene that does not fit doctrine or probability. The official report will struggle with language. Numbers look exaggerated. Timelines seem compressed. Funk will receive the Medal of Honor. The citation will describe actions without explaining how a man decides faster than fear. After the war, he returns home. He works. He raises a family. He avoids repetition of the story. He does not see himself as the point. Because the truth is quieter. The moment in the yard is not about aggression. It is about refusal. Refusal to wait for permission when waiting guarantees death. Refusal to let uncertainty choose for you. Most people imagine courage as something that arrives. It does not. It is assembled beforehand, in training, in habits, in decisions made when no one is watching. On January 29, 1945, Leonard Funk did not change history. He preserves 4 lives by acting inside a margin most people never see. The war will end soon. Millions of similar margins will never be noticed. But for 45 seconds in the snow of Belgium, one man proves that outcomes are sometimes decided not by numbers, but by timing.